guys, welcome back to this week's Ground Zero.
The first story up for review in this clip is that of relief teacher Farouk Mia A, an undergraduate who got struck off the Ministry of Education's relief teaching register after he was believed to have criticized his students online.
Apparently, Farouk had called them slow and exclaimed that he wanted to slap all these P1 kids' mouths as they were chatting non-stop.
Stomper Janice had sent in screenshots of those comments as she was disturbed by the way he freely expressed himself on his Twitter account about slapping his own students and committing suicide.
But the Stomper also said, if such a lazy gangster teacher with a terrible attitude is allowed to teach in a local primary school, I wonder how our children will grow up to be like in the future.
Well, another teacher also made the headlines for the wrong reasons.
But according to Stomper Shocked Person, a few teachers have gone online to vent their frustrations about certain students. One of them called a pupil too fat and told him to lose weight, all because he couldn't buckle his pants and asked the teachers help.
The Stomper wrote, "I'm thoroughly shocked by these teachers on my Facebook. They regularly post very offensive material about children they teach, and some are just drenched with evil intentions."
The Stomper has also reported this to the MOE and hopes that such unacceptable behavior can be brought to light.
When these two stories came to light, Stompers were up in arms about the conduct of these teachers. One of them is Stomper Singapore Guy, who wrote, "Be it a full-time teacher or a relief teacher, who are they to judge these kids? As cliche as it may seem, teachers have to be presented as a role model both online and offline. It's a responsibility that comes along with the job."
However, some Stompers have also called for rational thoughts in such a situation. Stomper What Am I Doing Here was one of them and wrote, "Don't see anything wrong with this. It's probably some form of humor that these teachers can relate to in time. It's not like they are marginalizing the kids."
Well, if you thought the two cases highlighted above were not too clear-cut to call, this last case might just leave you in a bigger dilemma.
But this posting came from a concerned parent who chanced upon this Facebook profile of her daughter's PE teacher. The parent was shocked to see photos of the teacher clubbing and with different girls on different days.
The parent wrote, "Teaching is indeed a stressful job and teachers do need to live outside work. But those photos should not be posted publicly for students or parents like me to view. Is the teacher trying to portray a young image to gain popularity among his students?"
When this story broke out, most Stompers were unsympathetic to the parents' cause, as many felt the teacher had the right to post things on his social networking profile.
Well, Stomper Heartbeat 55 best summed up the sentiments on the ground when he wrote, "A teacher can have fun and his own personal time too. Mind you, he's human too. It's just a normal hug, so it's nothing offensive."
But however, Stomper Jude the Kitty made a good point that while I personally don't think anything wrong with him taking pictures with women sometimes, it's wise to make a private album that not everyone sees, or have a separate work and personal profile so content doesn't get misconstrued.
Well, you know, Lee, I'm actually on the same wavelength as the last Stomper. It's not wrong for teachers to be friendly with their students and for them to go clubbing and stuff, But it's probably best to segregate these content so as to avoid misunderstandings like these.
Well, I'm with you on that as well.
Coming up, we take a look at some of the unusual things people do in public that should best be kept indoors. Stick with us.